Darren, Barnet started the season very well. It was always going to be a tough trip, but disappointing afternoon, all in all, wasn't it, to come out the wrong end of a 2-0 scoreline?
Oh, well, of course, yeah, of course. Disappointing always to lose. Disappointing to see the performance for what it was. I thought the defensive unit was very, very good. Cuthbert and Taylor were excellent, really excellent. And I thought the team tried really hard. And it's no magical statement, but we're probably in the toughest sort of spell since I arrived. And we're going to have to work through it. We know that. We knew that before the game today. We knew that last year with a new team, with our starters, it was a tough game here last year.
Yeah.
They're tough games. Good side, absolutely a good side. Thoroughly deserve their kind of their form or their moment at the moment. You know, pretty simple, basic chat. You know, we deserve our moment at the moment. So we'll work. The players need some help out there. They absolutely do, with some more availability in terms of positionally. We're missing the gear stick of our football team at the moment, and they need that. They'll need that help come next Saturday.
And I think, from my perspective, both halves we started fairly well, and then the goal came. A good passing move in the first half, and then a great shot in the second. What were your takes on how both halves went?
It's not we conceded the first goal from a defending throw. I think it was particularly a passing move. I thought it was really poor organisation from us.
Yeah.
Which is, I have a couple of tendencies as a coach, and defending throws is one of my kind of OCD things. And we were set up poorly from that straight away, and the coaching team were ranting from the technical area. But if you don't set up and you give good players, and we gave a good technician a chance 12 yards out without the suitable protection in front of him, they're going to score. And then the second goal is from our throw-in. A little bit of, not a little bit, a poor decision on the throw, direction, length, timing. And then we find ourselves 2-0 down. And then aside from the third chance where Scotty scrambles to get back right at the end, so he didn't have a great deal to do. But we're on the balance of the middle third of the pitch, where they controlled a lot of possession. It was comfortable in the end for them. I thought it was comfortable, but we have to work, and we will do.
And you've hinted in this interview, but also in the last couple of interviews I've seen about recruitment. Do you have clear ideas of who and how, or is that likely this coming week?
Well, August is very difficult, isn't it? Because players are starting the season, and every player at the start of the season starts with hope. They start with hope, so they hope to be in the side. And normally it's September where that EFL breakup starts to emerge, and players that haven't started the first month of the season want to go out on loan. What are we talking about here in terms of our recruitment? Because it's a little bit of a backhanded question in that, are we talking about players to come in that are just players for a certain position that we need right now? No, because there's an expectation now at the football club. And the expectation in the football club is of a level and a certain product and a certain standard, which has to be met also. So the recruitment becomes very, very difficult when you're trying to be the team that is last year in terms of its positioning and its form and its intensity and the feel of it, but have players from below you or alongside you, they can't produce that level. So if we want players that are going to push and push and push, they're normally league players, which is why a lot of our names are league names, and that's why the season was so good. So the recruitment is a really difficult stage. It's a really difficult stage. And when you're putting a team together over the summer, at no point did I think Ince, Anderson, Kellerman and Oyeleki would all be out at the same time. Because normally we play with a 3-man midfield. Normally 5 covers 3 comfortably. Normally you have 3 from 5 available. And we haven't got that right now. So the actual attributes of the team, or the elements and the way the team looks, can't look the same, because the same ingredients aren't in the team. So it's going to look different. And we're going to have to try and adapt in the next 4 or 5 days, or bring in a suitable player that reflects that initial perception. and put them in the team and hope it improves our performance levels.
So a busy few days ahead, I would imagine, for yourselves, and then into a busy weekend with away at Gateshead, and I'm sure there'll be a number of fans making the long journey. I'll be up there, and also then Dorking at home. So it's
well, it's going to be the biggest test so far that weekend.
Yeah,
it's going to be the biggest test so far because it's going to be 3 games in 48 hours, and Cuthbert and Taylor and Armand, for example, at the moment, they're not playing 90-minute games. Their work ethic and their loading is 120 minutes with how much they're putting into these games. So for them in particular, because they're older players, for them to go Saturday, Monday, it's going to be tough, very tough. Not that they're going to say it's too tough, because if anyone knows Scott Cuthbert, he never admits that he can't perform. But we're going to have to try and bring in good. But if the market is not available to bring in better players or players that can produce that certain result or that certain product, then we have to work with the ones that we have here. Brilliant lads, good players, and we have to try and make adaptations to solve the current problem. And that's like it in every season. It's in every season, you know. So it's it feels like a tough moment, but it only feels like a tough moment because of the expectation that we've all placed on ourselves, the manager, the players, the supporters, who are incredible, by the way, today, absolutely incredible. It's only because of that level of expectation that we need to try and bring in the right player so that it meets that expectation. And I think that's really important. But good players aren't readily available. They're not. Oyelecki's a good player, Ince is a good player, Kellerman's they're good players.
Yeah.
So they're not readily available because they are that. So we have to just keep pushing through. I don't want to be that guy that says it's early, it's August, everyone's so. We're going to have to push through August. August is going to be, now is going to be attrition. It's going to be very, very, it's going to take a lot of determination and guts just to, like we did on Tuesday night, in order to make the best of August. And we will never ever give up a month. We'll never ever say that we're going to give, because we know how important those points are come May. But we'll work through it. Kellerman will eventually be fit. So will Anderson. So will Ince. So will Oyelecki. They've not got 9-month injuries. They've got sort of a month or a week or 4 weeks. And that will come back together. But in this moment, we have to dig in and we have to make sure that we push through.
Well, thanks for your time. There'll be quite a few of us in Gateshead. Obviously, a lot more at home against Dorking.
Yeah.
And have a good week, and we'll see you at the weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.